Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, December 26th, and this is the AgYield War Room. I'm Dan Dempsey, and I'll be moderating today's session. As always, if you've got any questions or comments, please feel free to drop us a line in the chat area. I'll be sure to get to it during the show. We've got no overnight markets here due to Christmas. We do have the outside markets open. Stocks are down about 170. Bitcoin's down about 4,135. And the mini S&Ps are down 2150 here. Good morning, guys. Hope everybody had a nice Christmas. We're back at it here for a couple of days, kind of a weird week here. Export sales will be out tomorrow morning. They're delayed one day because of the holiday. Ben, maybe a few thoughts to kick us off here this morning in this abbreviated session of War Room, because we don't really have much. So get some thoughts from you, throw it around the room, and then we'll get to the open.
Yeah, I think we're just, these are holiday markets. There's probably not a proclivity from anyone today to really pile into anything in either direction. I do think that as you get into the new year, we're going to see a redeployment of capital. We've talked about the COT positions, fairly long in corn, fairly short in beans, nowhere near records. There's a lot of money on the sidelines, I would guess. So we're probably stuck with a little more quiet trade here, I would think, until we come the next year.
Very good. Dustin, any thoughts there just in terms of Argentine weather? I know we've been kind of back and forth there. Brazil got some rains, but it does still look like there's a little bit of dryness concern kind of in the extended forecast for Argentina. And we know what extended forecast can mean, but what's your thoughts there?
Yeah, so we're talking about 7/10, 8/10 of an inch over the next 2 weeks. So about 30 to 35% of normal rainfall when you're doing a weighted average across Argentina. This is the ECMWF forecast, 14-day forecast provided by Crop Profit that to get the weighted average. And so I think you're that's going to definitely be on everyone's mind when Brazil's having really good weather and Argentina not so much. I'd expect that some of the support that we've been seeing in corn over beans would continue just based on that forecast alone. We did have just some rumblings we saw on social media and stuff that how the real took another big tank over Christmas, big dive lower. We're not seeing that necessarily in the futures today, though, so I'm not sure what that was about in the currency pair. The currency futures has the real down just slightly coming into the day. Another, again, kind of negative thing for the back end, especially beans. But we'll have to see. Based on this forecast, it could be an interesting end of the week. We also have January option expiration, which we know that there's been a lot more in the money puts than in the money calls. So that goes off Friday.
That's tomorrow.
Yep. Okay. So two things to kind of watch there, but yeah, not much new news. This plane that was apparently shot down, that was another just escalation that, the passenger plane shot down supposedly by Russian military. That could maybe spur some more concerns over that region too. But for right now, I think I just wait to see where the market opens today. I'd say crude oil being up above $70 a barrel is certainly a little supportive. I guess daily markets were a little supportive. European markets were closed for Christmas. So still, uncertain open. We'll see what we get here in a little bit.
What's your call?
Yeah, good question.
We're gonna hold them to it.
Yeah, I really don't know. Unchanged.
Sharply mixed.
Yeah, like the fact you have very conflicting things here. Like the Argentine forecast is, I think, a little bit more friendly. So I'd say maybe a slightly higher open for corn, maybe slightly lower open for beans. Just pure guess.
Okay, very good. Rylan, we got again quiet markets here in cattle. Real low volume there on Tuesday, but one thing to note is Hogs made a pretty good fight back after getting beat up early on Tuesday. So what are your thoughts here as we get towards the end of the week?
Yeah, exactly. It just kind of felt like traded this kind of negative response to the report, and then, by the end of the day, just kind of bounced back. So it does seem like we're seeing a little bit of defense being played by those that are pretty long this market. I think right now the demand sentiment is still pretty firm, even with things like cutout being down, seeing hams down, bellies down. I mean, this could just be because of the holiday. But overall, it just does kind of feel like we're starting to see maybe a little bit of caution here as we're getting into the end of the year. We know how managed money is carrying a near record long position still. So we'll see if there's any big changes on that. I mean, overall commitment was up and it's starting to increase in June. So I think we may be starting to see some hedge pressure too, especially after the report just kind of showing a little bit bigger supply than expected. And as far as the cattle market goes, haven't seen really anything in cash. We saw 190 bids in the South, 192 offer. So we'll see if that starts to pick up. And right now, it just kind of feels like steady's on everybody's mind right now. Choice was up just 13 cents. Select was up just slightly here. So, I mean, the fundamentals are overall pretty supported. So I think that that's just going to kind of lend itself to some choppy trade. Just feels like there's less eyes on the market this week, and everybody just kind of limping into the new year, just kind of waiting to see if there's anything to really shake things up. So I think that's just going to be where we kind of fall. So I'm calling them just kind of mixed here today, maybe even a little bit firmer in hogs, just because it was kind of that bounce back kind of close. But I think overall it's going to be a bit of a cautious trade. I think overall for the next 2 days.
Well, very good. Appreciate the update, Dustin. I just got a text in here real quick from one of our followers. When you reference friendly or forecast in Argentina, are you talking about production? Are you talking about prices?
Prices. Sorry. Yeah. It's a we're getting dry at a critical point of the year.
Okay.
So slightly bullish.
Gotcha. So something to monitor here. We'll continue. I mean, any flips of the models, but here again, guys, we're dealing with South American weather. It's hard enough in the United States, so it's it gets difficult. No, very good, guys. Appreciate the updates there. Again, one thing to point out: we'll have export sales tomorrow morning, so we'll get a little bit of data. Be out 7:30 Central. We'll take a look at those numbers. Visit about that in the war room. Also, we will have Fun Fact Friday, everybody's favorite way to ride off into the weekend. So be sure to tune in. You never know what you're going to get with Fun Fact Friday. We appreciate everybody that tunes in on a daily basis. Throw us a like and subscribe. We appreciate it. Doesn't cost you anything to do so. Keep you up to speed on everything AgYield. And once again, thanks to everybody that supports the show. Every day that the markets are open, we're streaming live on X, Facebook Live, and YouTube Live, 8:15 Central. Appreciate the thoughts and comments here, guys. I know it's tough to muster up some information here on a real slow news day, but we will be here when the markets are open. So hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. Enjoy this time. Markets should be pretty quiet, but if you need anything, give us a holler, and we'll look forward to talking to you again tomorrow morning.
The War Room is proudly presented by AgYield. For over 50 years, the AgYield team has provided grain marketing and risk management solutions for growers across the country. Our veteran consultants harness cutting-edge technologies to pinpoint risk, optimize market performance, and protect your farm's profitability. Discover a new approach to farm revenue management at agyield.com.
Hey guys, Jack here. Be sure to support the show by hitting the like button, leaving us a comment, and subscribing to the channel for all the latest updates. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.